Good evening, everyone. Just recently, just a couple of weeks ago, and someone asked me how to practice compassion. So you hear a lot about people talk about how to practice loving kindness, isn't it? Very rare you hear people talk about how to practice compassion. And compassion and loving kindness, they're not quite the same. They have the similarity, but they're not the same. And she told me that the fact that she asked me how to practice compassion because she found it very difficult with practice compassion because of she get quite overwhelming and she get into very emotional and and she feel a lot of grief and then pain, Then, who want to practice compassion? Give you more pain, isn't it? Sadness, grief. I don't want to practice compassion. Then I said that is not compassion. A lot of people, because they don't understand that. And I met another lady, and she's when I was in Hong Kong, she also told me the same thing. She said, "Oh, I have been practicing compassion for a few years, but eventually, and then after that, I have to stop because it's too overwhelming. I got so much pain. I got so much sadness." I said, many people think that practice compassion that you have to take on someone's suffering. You have to suffer, maybe have to suffer more than the person. No, you don't take on someone's suffering. Actually, compassion is you understand the suffering of others, and she also have to stop. That's what this lady asked me. Because I said you already emotionally you're involved. You get sucked into other people's emotion. If someone compassionate, someone is they have the compassion. They don't get sucked in. Someone compassion. Actually, the true compassion is come from the purity. When the mind is pure, actually you're peaceful, you're calm. You're not so easily emotionally, get sucked into, you don't buy in others people's emotion. That is not compassion. Compassion that you have the understanding. You're understanding the suffering of others. You do not judge, like sometimes sometimes people think they're so compassionate, and then they got upset with people that they're not being compassionate, Actually, if you are truly compassionate, you even have compassion towards people that are not compassionate. That is a true compassion, because you don't judge. You don't get upset and get angry with them because they're not compassion. Because someone is compassionate, they have the understanding, of suffering. They don't judge. It's not you have to take on someone's suffering. Who want to practice compassion? You want to take on suffering of others? You suffer more. We have enough suffering, isn't it? And then we have enough suffering. We still have to take on someone else's suffering. Who want to practice compassion? Actually, compassion they have many qualities. They have the qualities. They have the wisdom. You have the person is truly compassionate, is wise, is calm, and they have all these quality. And being patient, you don't get upset, get angry easily, and you have those qualities. The mind is really stable, you to understand the suffering of others. So talking about suffering, just recently, because I live in Giji Ganap, and then normally we will receive once a month, we have the Giji gram. And then a couple of days ago, so I received the Giji gram. This is a good one. I see whether you get it or not. This is a joke. He said a doctor was addressing a large audience in Oxford. He said that, the material we put into our stomach have killed most of us sitting here years ago. Red meat is full of steroid and dye. Soft drinks corrode your stomach lining. Chinese food is loaded with MSG. High trans fat diets can be disastrous, and none of us realize the long-term harm caused by the germs in our drinking water. But there is one thing that is more dangerous to all of us, and most of us have had it or will have it. Can anyone here tell me what food is that causes the most grief and suffering for years after eating it? After several seconds of quiet, a 70-year-old man in the front row raised his hand and very softly said, "Wedding cake." Wedding cake. And this also reminds me of how, sometimes we tend to, we think that because we don't try to get rid of suffering, we understand suffering, what causes the suffering. I remember some times ago, there was a lady, when she had no boyfriend, she come to me, she had the suffering of no boyfriend. Then after that, and I didn't see her for a while. And then she come to me, she was very happy. I finally find my soulmate, I have boyfriend now. Very happy. Then that didn't last long. Then after she come to me, of course, after having boyfriend, with relationship, they have argument, that they don't have the same views and opinions. Then she had the suffering of having a boyfriend, So that's why, when no boyfriend, they have no boyfriend suffering. When they have boyfriend, they have boyfriend suffering. So I said, okay, you just have to, I said it's a win-win situation. When you have boyfriend, you think of, when you don't have boyfriend, you think of the benefit of not having a boyfriend suffering. So when you have a boy, you think of, when you don't have a boyfriend, you think of having a boyfriend suffering. So having a boyfriend, you just the other way around. Then it's a win-win situation, so you will not suffer. I mean, because this is how we tend to, get rid of the suffering. Then because you understand the suffering of all beings, that we have compassion, we feel sorry for that, we don't get upset, we don't judge them, So because the practice, the practice of compassion, actually you have the understanding of suffering, and you have the understanding of non-self, and you have the understand of karma. You see, that is that you have those qualities. They said the Buddha is so compassionate because you have that understanding. That I remember many years ago, before I come to the monastery, more than 20 years ago, because I come here for 20 years, I ordained here, and that time I was staying in the monastery. And then I remember that, that one day, I was quite happy there, very peaceful, practicing. I was staying in the forest monastery. And then one day there was a lady came, and then she was so annoying. She followed me everywhere and asking me all the stupid questions, And I was so agitated with her. I couldn't stand. She would follow me and she would complain of everything. She complained about the toilet. Why so far from the kuti? Why don't we just, pee outside? Just the kuti. Just so stupid questions. She asked me this, and she just following me. It's just a shadow. And then I was at the beginning. I just put up with that. Okay, keep reminding myself. Okay. Calm down, never mind, okay. But to a point, I really couldn't stand anymore. To the point when I cannot stand, what happened? She come to my kuti and said, want to stay with me in my kuti. She afraid because there at night it's very dark, pitch dark. And then you go to the toilet, the bathroom also, at night you have to walk. That's why she said, why so far from the kuti, walk to the bathroom, toilet? Because also no light. You have to use, very dark, even sometimes raining, especially in the tropical countries, sometimes it's lightning storm. You still have to take umbrella and you walk to the toilet. It's quite far. And then I said, she's not living with me also. I can't stand, It's so annoying. No way you can live with me. Then I said, no way you can't live with me. I said, then at that time I was really being I was really to the max, to the point that I really cannot put up with that anymore. That time I was really blasted at her. I telling her, "You crazy woman, go away." I said, "Don't talk to me." I said, "I don't want to talk to you." Because that time, because already few days building up, a couple of days, I already to the point that I can't hold. And that moment, I said that to her. I said, "You really crazy. Don't talk to me." I said, "I can't." I said, "You can't live with me." I said, "I can't stay with you. And go away." I said, "Don't talk to me." And then, actually, the moment I said that, I regretted. I know that it's not very kind. But that moment when you're really to a point that, so agitated and irritated, when you get upset, you just said whatever, but I regretted after that, Immediately I know that, I shouldn't have said that. It's not very nice to say that. I find that it's a bit nasty to say that. But what happened, I already said that. Then after that, I made a determination. I said, okay, from today onwards, I'm not going to get upset with her. Whatever she do to me, whatever she said to me, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get angry, I made a determination. No, I'm not going to get angry with her. Of course, it's not finished. And then sometimes she will and then I was meditating in my kuti. She'll come to my kuti and calling me. Because my lay name is Peng. She'll call me Peng, Peng, Peng. Then I just ignore her and meditate. I just ignore her. But it's really annoying, I just sit there and meditate. She's still calling me. "Oh, you're a great meditator. Wow, you're in jhana." I was in there, I was burning, I couldn't stand, She come to my kuti, like even, I feel like this is like a sticky, like those sticky pen, it stick to me like don't want to go away, So annoying. So I said, I keep telling, okay, not to get upset with her. Then I started to reflect on non-self. Like sometimes we know that, she has mental problem. Like she cannot help it, and it's this conditioning, it's this non-self. And then when I started to reflect on that, actually, it's helped me to calm down a lot, because very difficult to meditate, And then I reflect on the karma, like I don't have to responsible for her, whatever she do, then I reflect on the karma, We are the owner of a karma, and she's the owner of a karma, Then I reflect on that, Then because I also reflect on non-self, that is, she cannot control herself, and I reflect on the karma, and this is a karma, and because if I got upset with her, so I have to bear the consequences of being angry. I have to bear the consequences of my own, anger. Then, so why I want to poison myself, when you're getting angry with someone, it's just like you're using other people, shortcoming, other people's mistakes to punish yourself. I said, it's just a bit stupid, isn't it? Then when I reflect on that, actually it's helped me calm down a lot. Actually take me a while, then slowly I just then be able to see. Of course, it's not finished. Next year I see her. And then I think she just want to make me angry. She just want to upset me. Then in the evening, normally I help with, because we don't eat afternoon, but we can have a drink, So I used to help with topping up, on the afternoon, like coffee, tea, and things like that for the lay people and also for the monks. So I used to do that. That's one of my job. Around 4, I will go out and do all this, Then I do the topping up, filling up, all this afternoon. We call it afternoon medicine. And then she'll come when I fill up the coffee mate, and she'll come to me, I want to do this. And then she pushed me away. So I said, okay, I let her do it. Then I walk away. Then she see me doing something else. I filling up cocoa powder. And then she come to me, I want to do this, and push me away. Then again, it's triggered off again, And then yesterday already, the fire already put down, I put it off already, the fire put off yesterday, keep, reflecting on that, Then the next day again trigger off the, start the fire again, that I still keep telling myself, no, she just want to make me angry. I'm not going to get angry. But it's quite difficult. But actually inside I was really, maybe from outside other people think that I'm so peaceful and calm, but I can tell you inside it's not. Only outside like so cool, so steady, not angry at all. But inside I was really burning, fuming, but I still restrain myself. No, I'm got to do, because I react, she be happy. This is what she wants, And then I go back, I have to, again, to keep reflecting on that, reflecting on non-self, reflecting on the karma, and, why I want to get upset, why I want to, why if I get upset, actually I reinforce my own defilements, then I have to bear the consequences of my own defilements, So but it's not worth it, and then I feel okay. And then later she come to my kuti again. She called me. She's getting a bit crazy. She's called me. Then that time I wasn't meditating. Then I went out there. I said, what do you want? I said, what do you want? Then, because I saw her putting her hand at the back, so I was thinking, is she going to hit me, So she said, I want to talk to you, come down. So I go down a little bit. I said, what do you want? Because I'm just a bit that I'm just try to, if she hit me, I can run quicker, Because she put her hand at the back, so I don't know what she's holding. She might holding a stick or holding something. She could hit me, Then I said, what do you want? Give me some incense. So then I said, I give her, because I also don't want to argue, So I go and get incense and I give it to her. Then she looked at it. Why so little? Give me more. If you don't give me more, I come and disturb you again. I give it to her. Then again, the trigger of me take me a while. Very difficult to get peace. Before that I was easily meditate, and that it take me a while, Then I have to keep, I have to repeat and do that again, reflecting, and then until that I got calmed down. When I become calm down, when I calm down, then I feel, then when I calm down slowly, I be able to meditate. But takes me a while, it's quite difficult. Then she stayed there for about, I think, 10 days. And then she was asked to leave because I'm not the only one, she disturbed others. And I didn't complain about her. I just, because I tried to, practice, okay, compassion. Not, I didn't complain about her. Then she was asked to leave. And then I saw her leaving, I looked at her bag that time. Then that moment, actually I have that all the anger, all the all the agitation, irritation. Actually that moment when I look at her, I feel so sorry for her. That I feel that, I have compassion towards her, like, she have to ask to leave. And actually, I have no anger towards her at all, And then I feel really sorry for her that, that she have to leave because of her behavior. Then that time when I'm doing this, actually, I did not aware that actually I'm practicing compassion. I didn't know. I just do it, just because of, I just do it without knowing that I'm doing it, Only later I realized, oh, this is compassion. Actually, I'm practicing compassion, to understand the suffering of others, to understand that actually she also the being that she also suffer. That, that because sometimes very easily we judge others. I remember I remember many years ago, I think more than 20 years ago, there was an incident happened in England. And there was that this fanatic that they have so much compassion towards the animals, and then they got upset with, angry with, those scientists, the doctor, like they use animals for experiments. So they put a bomb, in the car, of this scientist, a doctor, and then actually he and his daughter being killed. But you see, they think that they're so compassionate. They have compassion to the animals. They have no compassion to human beings. So actually, when you're compassionate, actually, you can easily forgive others. Then I realized that actually I forgive her. I already forgive her. Whatever she did to me. I know that she just go through a lot of mentally she's emotional, and mentally she's not really healthy. So, if you know someone crazy, why you want to get upset with them, isn't it? But sometimes it's easy to say that, but you still get upset, isn't it? Then I realized that. Then I actually, after that, I feel very grateful for that that I learned to really to be more forgiving, and then to be able to understand much more, and not to judge someone, not to really understand the suffering of others. And I find that it's very useful. And because I didn't know that actually I was practicing, compassion. Because sometimes you thought that I'm practicing this, I'm practicing that. No, I'm not. I just naturally, it's just, like sometimes, sometimes you don't have to memorize, all the teaching, Sometimes, the moment you need it, it just pops in your mind. You just do it. You don't have to memorize all the teaching. So sometimes it's just, when you don't have to memorize, and at that moment it just come to my mind that this is how I practice, and it's truly helped me to go through that. I didn't really get upset with her, I be able to control myself and keep under control. But actually take me that when she was there for 10 days, every day I've been doing that, I've been doing the reflection, keep doing that. Then until when she left, I can feel that, I feel really sorry for her. I feel the gentleness, the softness in my heart. I feel, all those anger, everything gone. Then I feel that I have that kind of, like being forgiving, I have the sense of that. And I even feel grateful. For I think that she's a great teacher. Sometimes a great teaching is not like you listen to the Dhamma talk, but sometimes this is real. Like Ajahn said, everyone is a teacher. She's really a great teacher to me, because I truly learned a lesson from her. So they said to practice. Then I realized that to practice compassion, then you have understanding the suffering of others. You'll be able to put yourself on the other person's shoes. And one of the things that I also I find it very useful for myself, that even someone being nasty to me, and I remind myself like not to judge that person, and that to try to understand why the person do that, try to understand the first person, why the person doing it, rather than judging this person terrible, is bad, is this person nasty. No, then sometimes I do ask myself, if I were the person, I might do the same thing. Because sometimes it's very easy that we judge others, that you're not kind, you're bad, you're not good. But sometimes it's easy to judge others, isn't it? Then sometimes I ask myself, I question myself, if I were the person, I might do the same thing. I might, ended up to do the same thing as well, because it's easy to judge. And I find that it's very helpful. So to try to, rather to try to, to get mad, then I choose to, whenever that, someone, that has been nasty to me or not kind to me, or I don't think that person is not compassionate, And the first thing I choose, rather to choose like really mad with this person, why this person behavior like this, I choose to understand why the person like this, why the person behave this way. Actually, it's really helped me, because very easily we judge, Then to choose to, to understand, and then the suffering of others, rather than, to judge them why, Then you see this another being also is suffer. And also I reflect on non-self, because I know sometimes, like for me, like, on theoretical level that, I understand that, that like why I want to get upset with her. She's just a bit crazy. But I can't help it, isn't it? I can't help it. Actually, it's non-self. Actually, the same thing also, the other person also sometimes also can't help it. It's also non-self. So then I can understand why the person why the other person cannot control themselves, why the person, being nasty to me. And sometimes we also, I've been nasty to her too, Then I can see that, and when I reflect on that, then actually it's really helped me soften a lot, I feel, that to reflect on that, the non-self, and then also reflect on the karma. So I don't have to responsible of the karma. So they say, talk about karma, and then one of the frequent asked question, people ask me about karma. They say, karma, you say, someone is done something nasty, and then, then they will have the consequences of that unwholesome or the unskillful act. But why some people, they do lots of nasty things, but it seems that they're still okay? So actually the Buddha said, karma is just like, it's just like even milk, it takes time to turn sour, isn't it? It don't turn sour immediately. It's just like a fruit that, you have planted the seed, and then it grows, and then it bears fruit. And the fruit also won't ripen immediately, isn't it? It takes time. So I say, yes. They say, why some people, they're being very kind, very nice, but then they have to go through lots of suffering and difficulties because of the previous karma ripen. But those that do a lot of unwholesome, and nasty things, and then they're still okay because the karma is not ripened. Then maybe next time ripen. And even next time, they're very kind, very good person, but she go through all this. But because it's just not yet ripened, people say, why, you talk about karma. Why some people do nasty things, they're still okay? Why some people so kind, they have to go through so much difficulties? It's just not ripened. Like the Buddha said, even the milk don't turn sour immediately. It takes a bit of time. So then sometimes we don't have to worry about, we don't have to punish the other person. The other person will eventually, we have experienced that. But we feel, we feel sorry for that person. Even people being nasty to us, we feel sorry for them, because we know that they have to bear the consequences of their own suffering. So that's why it's really helped, to practice compassion. Actually, you reflect and you understand the suffering. You reflect on non-self. We are all conditioned. How we brought up, we all conditioned. And then to understand, to reflect on the karma, actually it's helped you to develop the compassion. Then you will not easily judge others. And then as we practice compassion, actually we develop other qualities, like the qualities of being more patient. We've been patient, we don't get angry easily. When someone, whatever other people do, we don't jumping up and down, got very angry and get upset. We don't get upset easily, and we become more patient. Actually, being compassionate is also have the qualities of being patient. Patient is someone being very calm, very peaceful. You don't not easily get upset, no matter what other people do, what other, even those that have been very nasty to us, you have that qualities, being very patient, very steady, stay fast, the mind is very stable. have that qualities. And then you also have the qualities of someone is being forgiven. You can easily forgive others, even no matter what they have done. Maybe that moment you a little bit feel annoyed, but I find that when you practice compassion, actually very easily you drop. You can forgive, and then you easy to forgive others, because, and then forgiving itself is also, it's the kindness is there. They said when someone is compassion, the quality of kindness also is there. Because to be able to forgive others is also being kind to others and kind to ourselves. Because holding on to that, cannot let it go. And eventually, I also suffer. I eventually I also harming myself. And it's so being someone, I realize that you become more forgiven. So you have this quality, and then you have the qualities of gratitude. I find that it's a quality is that because each time, then, I always, when sometimes people be nasty to me and very rude, and then, when I choose to forgive and to let it go, and I realize that the person giving me the opportunities, giving me the chance, the opportunities to practice. If not, sometimes, it's not, things always go on, smooth, everything go our way. Actually, it's not really, we don't grow, we don't learn. And I realize that. And also, I have the gratitude, that, even, when life is sweet, when we have the gratitude, life is sweet, we say, okay, thank you. We celebrate. When life is bitter, we still say thank you, because we have the quality of, the gratitude is there. We even feel grateful when the life don't really goes on really, smooth and nice. And even when it's bitter, we still say thank you, and we grow. Sometimes when I look back in my life, I grow more, I learn more. When through difficulties, isn't it? When things go smooth, you don't see. I remember that when I was in the monastery, and this is one of my jobs early in the morning. So we have to get up 3 o'clock and then finish meditating. So 6 I go to the Sima hall, and one of my job is to clean the Sima hall, mop the floor, clean everything. So normally every day, even you clean today, the next day is full of the birds' poo, around the veranda. So I have to clean it all the time, mop the floor. This is one of my jobs. And of course, after meditating, quietly doing that, I was very peaceful, very calm and happy. So then sometimes you get really deluded. You think that, I was thinking my practice is so good, I'm so peaceful, so calm. No one pressed my button. So sometimes you overestimate yourself. You think that your practice is so good, you feel like, my practice is, I have no anger at all, so peaceful, so calm, so happy. I have big progress, Until one morning, someone came in, this person wearing her shoes, and the whole floor with her shoes print. And that time I can tell you, I was really mad. I feel like I almost want to strangle that person, I want to strangle. Then I realized that, I think that I have progress. I think that I'm so peaceful and calm, but the condition is not there. And you see, there's only someone, I was thinking, stepping on my floor. My floor, I clean it. I was so upset. Then actually afterwards I realized I can see my reaction. And I can see that, actually, I think that I have progress. I don't think I have progress, It's just because the condition is not there. It's just because of no one pressed my button, Then I think highly of myself, Maybe I almost, you think that you're almost enlightened, so peaceful and calm. Actually, far, not yet. And that's why then actually afterwards, I feel grateful for that. I really have the gratitude. then I'll be able to see my own reaction. I'll be able to see that, there is much work need to be done. This is something I need to work on. If not, we absolutely deluded. We think that we are so our practice is so good, so peaceful, so calm. So I truly have the gratitude. I still feel so grateful of that. And also, and practice compassion also, you have the qualities, you have the wisdom. The wisdom, because the wisdom is come from that right view, the understanding of karma, the understanding of non-self, the understanding of karma, non-self, and then the understanding of that you be able to have you have the kindness, and you also at the same time also you have the clarity, because the wisdom is come from the clarity. So then you have the understanding, and because when you have the understanding and of the suffering, you understand the karma, non-self, suffering, and this is the three characteristics. The suffering, non-self, and you understand the karma as well. And actually, that is the wisdom. When you have the understanding, you are not so easily get upset, isn't it? Not so easily get, draw into, buy in others people's emotion, get draw in. And that is really compassion. When someone is really compassion, someone is very not easily upset, but you have so much. It's also person is being pure. So the true compassion is come from purity. And then when someone someone's compassion, someone is also peaceful. Someone is also calm, very peaceful, very calm. And also you have the wisdom. So that is truly compassion. Of course, then you want to practice compassion. If you practice compassion, you have so much suffering. And I remember someone said to her children going for the funeral of the teacher passed away. And then she came back, and this person told me, and her daughter told her that, that she's going for the funeral of a teacher. And the daughter told her, some like her friend, her classmate, like they cry. And then the mother asked her, "Did you cry?" He said, "No, I didn't cry." Then the mother said, "You are not compassionate." Then I said, "Hey, doesn't mean that we don't cry. That means we are not compassionate. Doesn't mean we feel, we know the suffering of others. We understand the suffering of others, but we don't get involved. We don't buy in the emotion. I see sometimes some people when they think that they're so compassionate, they're more emotional than the person. I remember my sister when my brother-in-law passed away. My sister, she didn't really cry, but she's very, Then the friend said to her, "This is your husband passed away, you didn't really cry. I cry more than you." and her friend more emotional than her. Then my sister said, "I didn't cry doesn't mean that I don't love my husband. Doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that you're emotional. That means you are compassionate. So we don't, no. Someone's compassionate, someone is being peaceful and calm. We feel sorry, but we don't get involved in other people's emotion. We don't buy in the emotion of others. And then someone said, and then you have to feel, then we just want to show that we are very compassionate, then we have to cry more than that person, that they show that we are compassionate. No, someone is compassionate, someone is wise, kind, peaceful, that is, the mind is really very stable. And this is true compassion. But it's not that, and I think many people have that kind of misunderstanding. They're thinking that practice compassion, then you have to take on others people's suffering. Then you have to feel the suffering. You have to experience the suffering. No, who want to practice compassion, isn't it? You have to suffer more. We have enough suffering, isn't it? Our own suffering we have enough. We still want to take on other people's suffering. No, this is not really compassion. So a true compassion that you have this quality. So you have the quality of, you have the quality of, you have the quality of, gratitude, patience, then you have more forgiving, and you have the wisdom. You have all this quality is there. So that is truly compassion. And the compassion have to come. This is whole path of purification. You purify your mind. So the true compassion and kindness actually come from purity. So as your mind becomes purer and purer, you are naturally kinder and more compassionate. It's just natural. You don't have to wish that may I be kind, may I be compassionate. So as you practice, as you purify, your mind, and this is the results of being a pure mind. When you have the pure mind, that is naturally kind and compassionate. So I offer this for your Dharma reflection. May this teaching be of benefit to all of you. So any questions or comments?
Ajahn Hasapanna, very good talk on compassion. Very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was just going to ask you a question. Just give a big laugh there. As I was driving here this evening to Dhammaloka, I passed through two sets of traffic lights, a few sets of traffic lights. Okay, two sets of it. There's this person, holding the placard, I'm homeless, please help, okay. So I look around all these things. Nobody gave the thing, And then I was told, oh, don't give, These people, they just like bludgers this thing. They won't work out. So what for me, I put in my box a lot of $2 coins, just ready. Yeah. So for me, I look at the face of the person, and then sometimes you see, oh no, they are suffering, No. So what I mean is and sometimes you can be compassionate. But the other hand, you don't want to be like a false compassion, You won't encourage the person to do this, You see what I mean? Yeah.
Yes.
So what do you?
Okay.
So I try to see the face, So I just make like only $2 just to make the person smile,
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. It could be a drug addict, could be anything. Well, but that's beyond me. A lot of people they don't give, they don't care.
Sometimes kindness and compassion also have to have wisdom, like the Buddha said. Sometimes we think that we're being kind and compassionate, but sometimes it's also feeding that person defilements. So we encourage people, to something that is encouraging people to commit more unwholesome deed. So that's why we have to use, ultimately we have to use our own wisdom, our own discretion. That's why when we develop that wisdom, so at that moment we have to use our wisdom, to judge, Yeah. So that's why kindness and compassion also, you have to have wisdom. So sometimes without wisdom, sometimes kindness and compassion can be quite destructive, and destructive as well, Sometimes it's not really helpful at all. Yeah. That's why it's ultimately also have to come back to our wisdom, our clarity. So any questions or comments?
Thank you.
Yes, she's okay.
Hi. Thank you, Ajahn. I was just wondering, during your talk, I was thinking about how self-compassion would interact with all of this, especially the lovely example that you gave. I was thinking, I've been in similar situations where people have been very annoying, and I find that I try and use maybe like a self-compassionate approach to maybe set boundaries for myself is that something that you would probably use as well or advocate for?
Yeah, I mean, I do have, I think boundary is good. I do set a boundary for myself. Like for example, I normally have, I allow things, but sometimes you being compassionate doesn't mean that you're being like a stupid, let people walk all over you. But I set my boundary. Okay, this is my boundary. So I was just okay. I just allow people, okay, fine. But one is hit my boundary. I said, that's it. No more. Enough is enough. Sometimes I find that setting a boundary is good because sometimes if you don't set boundary, we are not the Buddha, like the Buddha that have this, boundless. We are not that level yet. But sometimes setting a boundary actually is good. Like, this is my limitation. That's it. I can't more than that, Because sometimes people take advantage. They push you more and more and more. But being compassionate doesn't mean that we are stupid, So we have our boundaries. So sometimes setting a boundary is good. I do set a boundary, and people think that they can push me, but actually they don't know my boundary. Actually, I have boundary, but sometimes people think because they keep pushing, I'm okay, but they don't know that actually I do have boundary. When it's hit my boundary, that's it, no more, stop. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that they can marry each other quite well. Like you can be compassionate, you can just say to the person, like, in my experience, it can be like, oh, I'm sorry, but no, I can't do that right now. That's a spot that I've reached. And just say it very nicely and kindly, but, you've reached a point where it's actually not good for you, to engage in something.
Yeah. I agree with that. Is having boundary is good. I find that it's good.
Awesome.
Okay. Any more questions or comments? Okay.
How do you remind yourself to practice just as like an intention in the day, that loving kindness?
Or loving kindness.
Yeah, that just that compassion, because you can get distracted just by all the events happening.
Okay. Sometimes, like most of the time, especially when I feel that agitation, this irritation is there, and that is where because I do lots of body contemplation. So then I become more aware of my body reaction, like to certain emotion. Because, for example, if I feel annoyed, I can feel my body tighten up. I haven't felt that is coming, so I normally pick it up very quick. So normally I just stay with how I feel. Like, okay, my body tighten up. So I just stay with that. I just relax my body, stay with that. Because sometimes very easily when you get annoyed and you latch onto the thinking, how terrible this person go on and on with all the story, But this one, I normally not to allow myself to go there. So I find that it's very useful doing body contemplation, because I'm aware that any emotions, actually it manifests into your body. It manifests. Actually, your body do have that reaction. When you're anxious, you feel that sometimes your heart, your palpitation very fast, and then you feel that actually your body. Then I just bring my mind, bring my awareness, my attention back to my body and stay with my body with that feelings and sensation. I just stay there. Actually, it's past. Then I feel, because I know that it's coming, because I know that I will get annoyed, I will react to that. So that's why I find that very useful, doing body contemplation, more aware of your body sensation, aware that when certain emotions, that your body react to that. And then as you practice more and more, you become very sensitive, you become really aware, and you pick it up quicker, because the quicker you pick up, it's easier to deal with. So once you get into, quite annoying, and your mind's already sucked into thinking about it, and that is quite difficult. It's just like the when the fire when it's just the fire, just a spark, it's very easy to put out. But when it's become it's in the fire, you have to more effort, to try to calm yourself down and things like that. So I find it that I feel it, that the moment, I don't wait until I feel really upset. But normally I can feel the agitation, the irritation is started, I feel is there, and I feel the body reacting. So then I will just stop and stay with that. Then I will not pull into that get so emotional and react. And I find that it's very useful. This is how I practice. So it's that, you can practice that, do more, it's sometimes it's good like meditation. Like it's good that you don't force yourself, to watch your breath, because the breath meditation, anapanasati, actually is a more subtle object. But if you start with your body, feel the sensation, the feelings of the body, and because the feeling and sensation is causal object, so you build up your momentum, you build up your mindfulness through aware of your body. So it's because it's easy to be more present, because it's causal. The object is causal. You can feel your body, you feel the sensation, you feel the feelings, and you'll be able to easy to develop mindfulness. Because practice breath meditation, you have to fully establish your present moment. You have to practice present moment awareness to really, develop that mindfulness. Your mindfulness have to be quite sharp, because breath is more subtle object. So that's like start with just sitting, relax, and just scanning, knowing your body. Just stay with your body. Just bring your attention towards your body. Actually, it's helps you, and it's also helps you with dealing with other emotion, because you can pick it up very quicker. And then the more you practice, you become very sensitive. You pick up very quick. You know that it's coming, and then it resolves very quickly. So is that helpful?
Yeah, no, super.
Okay.
That's super helpful. Thank you very much.
So, any more questions or comments?
Just one last.
Okay.
Thank you for your talk. It was very helpful. I was just wondering, is it really possible to be truly compassionate with an identity? As long as you have an identity here, is it possible to be truly compassionate to other people?
You need it is possible, but you need lots of practice. It won't happen overnight. Like for me, even with that lady, it takes me about 10 days, but doesn't mean I'm that compassionate, but at least I don't react, towards her anymore, and I started to feel sorry for her. That is just a starting point. It's not that I'm that compassionate, but I started to have some compassion towards her. So it takes lots of practice. It's not that it's not possible, but it takes it takes lots of practice. Okay. So any more questions or comments? Okay. So this is the question number 1. Sometimes we make wrong decision, then often regretted about the past and self-blaming. How do we handle this with deep regret? And how should we think about it so that it doesn't ruin the present? Yes, that you have to understand that reflect on things happen according to multiple causes and conditions. So there is no right or wrong decision. Whatever decision we make, the decision we make is only one factor of the whole thing. Things happen according to multiple causes and conditions. So sometimes, just give an example. You decide to plant a mango tree. So you go on research, you research, you get the right plant and right climate, right soil, everything, you do everything, that is possible, do all the right thing. Sometimes even you do all the right thing, things also don't happen, isn't it? Then what happens if there is a storm, there is a flood? Is it your fault? No. So they said to me, whatever decision we make, I always, because sometimes like that, I always look at that point in my life that I can only do what I know, that much I know. So that moment, that point in my life, that my wisdom is only there. So I can only make decision according to where my level of wisdom. So sometimes I don't keep beating myself, thinking that that's why this is. I always, that's why forgiveness is good. So we practice forgiveness, and that's also help. You can do that if you always have that. And one of the things you can do, before your meditation. Before you start your meditation, you sit down and you can just bring, to mind, that the people that you feel sorry, you have the regret, you feel that you have done something that is harming the other person. You bring to mind, that imagine, that you're holding flowers, incense, that you bring that person in mind, that you ask for forgiveness. Do the forgiveness ceremony. And actually that's helped you. And then the other way around, like other people harming us, we also do that. Actually this helps you to calm yourself down, to forgive yourself. Because we keep holding on what we have done. Like that's why because like for example, immediately when I said something nasty, I already regretted that. That already. That I know that's why I made a determination. No matter what, I'm not going to repeat that again. And that's why doing forgiveness ceremony actually is helpful, and to forgive yourself. Sometimes you need to deliberately do that until to the point that you'll be able to really easily forgive yourself. But if you find that you cannot forgive yourself, it's okay. You just forgive yourself that you're unable to forgive. You don't have to force yourself to be compassionate, that, you don't have to force yourself that I have to be forgiven. It's okay. Even we cannot let go, it's fine, we cannot let go. But we just having kindness towards ourselves. We send metta, we send loving kindness towards ourselves. May I be able to let it go. May I be able to have loving kindness. May I be able to forgive. But not, sometimes we think that we should forgive, we have to do that. No. You can send loving kindness towards yourself. May I have no regret, towards whatever decision I make. So it's okay, I forgive myself. If you think that it's a wrong decision, it's already done, isn't it? You no turning back. It's just like, I know, like, for example, I said something nasty. It's just like, say something that is hurtful, harming others. It's just like you're throwing a stone into the ocean. You don't know how deep it is, isn't it? How deep is harm others, but can you do already done? But if you keep go on and on, it's not really being kind to ourselves as well. They say sometimes you can always send loving kindness towards yourself. May I be able to forgive myself? May I be able not to carry that guilt, to regret, You can send loving kindness to it. Even you cannot let go. Even you still have lots of anger, hatred towards the other person. But you don't have to force yourself to that. I have to have loving kindness, I remember one of my relatives. She'd been abused by the husband and she was divorced. But of course, she knows that she didn't want to carry that anger, hatred towards her ex, because she knows that it's very harmful to herself. It's not really good for her. But then she tried to do loving kindness, and she come and tell me that it doesn't work because whenever she tried to do loving kindness, all sorts of terrible things come, Then she said, how can I have loving kindness? I try, but I can't do it. Then I told her that you don't have to have loving kindness towards your ex-husband, but you can always have loving kindness towards yourself. You wish yourself that you're sending loving kindness to yourself. May I be able to forgive him. May I be able to have loving kindness toward him. May I be able to let that go. It's more doable, isn't it? Or try to have loving kindness. No, you cannot, That actually is to try to send loving kindness towards yourself. Even though we still have anger, it's fine. So you just send loving kindness towards yourself. May I have no anger. May I don't carry that guilt with me. May I sending goodwill to yourself, sending good wishes to yourself, sincerely wish yourself. It's okay, we can wish ourselves, isn't it? Then when we do that, actually it softens our mind, and that's help. And the second question is, one day I would like to be a Buddhist monk, but I understand they have a lot of free time with nothing to do. And that scares me. How to overcome the fear of having nothing to do? Yeah. So nothing to do nothing, huh? Hey, actually, yeah, physically we have nothing to do, but inside the mind lots of work. You go back, sometimes people think that, being a monk or nuns, they're being lazy, and then they don't. I can tell you, inner work, working with the mind, is more difficult than physical work. Physical work is nothing. Actually, if you can find job to do, monastery always have plenty of job to do if you want to do. They always have job to do. But, yeah, I mean, you just... When you're ready, if you're not ready, then it's difficult because of when you have lots of time. Especially being a monastic, one of the things that that you have to face is to face yourself, because because we encourage living in seclusion, solitude. Then you go back, you have to face yourself, you have to look at yourself. But because when you're outside, it's easily you get distracted, When you get bored, you call your friend, go for a movie. You don't have to look at yourself, you don't have to face yourself. But as for the monastic, you have to constantly have to look at yourself. That even that, you have to face yourself. That is the most difficult thing. Especially like the Buddha said, we are our worst enemy. Overcome oneself is more difficult than anything else. Like the inner work is harder than hard. Yeah, so then you wait until you're ready. And when you enjoy the peace and calm, then you can become a monk. Okay. So Ajahn, I have been practicing meditation for many years, and the truth is that because of childhood trauma, my meditation is always uncomfortable and painful. Am I tired of forcing myself? Actually, you don't force yourself. You don't force yourself. Meditation is not forcing yourself. Actually, meditation is being able to accept yourself, who we are, because of come from our sense of self. And yes, like when we talk about letting go, doesn't mean that letting go that we have forget everything that happened. No, actually letting go is be able to accept what have happened, that is happening. That the acceptance actually is letting go. It's okay. Whatever happened in the past, I'm okay. And it takes, I think it's for this, I don't encourage that you use too much willpower to force yourself to meditate. It doesn't work. Sometimes it's good that it's a gradual training. You have to train yourself little by little. But one of the things that especially, for this a lot of childhood trauma, sometimes it's good that before you meditate, you have to spend a bit of time to calming yourself. Like for example, you can do body contemplation, and also you can do breathing exercise. I find that very useful, and many people give me the feedback that think that is really helpful. Like for example, if that like sometimes because of the childhood trauma, people have this panic attack, anxieties, so and then sometimes can be quite overwhelming. So that when especially you're outside, and you can do that, you can just stop and do that. I have someone that this person find that is useful, is helpful, and this is one of the skillful means I recommended to this person. This person have it. He told me that maybe from his previous life, because when he was a child, very young, and he didn't go through any trauma, but he had a lot of fear, anxieties, and then sometimes had panicking attack. But he didn't know where is it coming from. But he said he's okay, he don't have any childhood trauma, but it's from previous life. When he was a child, he's always used to have that. Sometimes can be quite overwhelming when he's working. So I asked him, whenever you go through that, you just stop, you just do the breathing exercise. When the anxieties come, panicking attack come, you breathing in the anxieties, breathing in the pain, so breathing out peace. And this help that give your mind that psychological impact of the mind, that you make peace with this, even though it's unpleasant, even though it's painful. Because when you recite that, breathing in anxieties or breathing in the pain, breathing out peace, so you embrace the pain, you embrace the unpleasantness. It's okay. And this is how it's part of how psychologically actually you brainwash yourself. You recondition yourself that you make peace with it, even though it's uncomfortable. But it takes some time. And this person practiced. After a few months, he said it's much better. He see, because of course you don't practice one or a few times, and then actually you have to keep doing that. And he find that it's truly useful and truly help him to calm his mind down, because they give you that, when you recite that, when you have the unpleasantness and you have the pain, if you feel breathing in pain, breathing out peace, so you make peace with that. Whatever you feel, whatever happened in this moment is okay. You learn to make peace. You train yourself, you condition yourself to make peace with the unpleasantness. And you have to keep doing that. It's over. And then over a period of time, and this person come to me and say, it's very helpful. It's helpful, it's a way to calming. And also the way to bring the awareness and the attention to the body is also help. So this person doing these two things, whenever when this person go through that, then now he's much better. He don't have to come to me anymore. Last time come to me very often, but now he can handle it very well. But at the beginning, he come to me more often. But now he said that it's still come, but from time to time that still come. But it's manageable, it's under control. So that's also help. So any more questions or comments? Yes.
So, Ajahn Hasapanna, true compassion is a very powerful, positive action, isn't it? You're reaching out to someone in difficulty, helping them. So that brings you very powerful, back, the good energy in you, good karma, isn't it?
Yeah, because
you don't think of it, but that act, of trying to help someone in difficulty, like the Tibetan, they call it bodhicitta, like a altruistic act to help suffering beings, all everything. So it's a very powerful action.
And compassion also have to have wisdom. that you have to, it's good that know our limitation, because some people they think, I want to be kind, I want to be compassionate, but then they don't know their limit, that how much you can handle. We can only do what we can. So of course we are at different level. Even kindness and compassion is on different level. So that's why we have to learn to be at ease and at peace with where we at. And this much I can do, okay. My compassion is this level, it's okay. But it's still good, because it takes time to develop and to cultivate.
But between compassion and kindness and act, do you think compassion is more powerful? Or
They're not quite that. I mean, sometimes actually both kindness and compassion both are come from inner impurity, inner purity. As your mind become purer and purer, you are naturally kind and compassionate. It's come naturally through your practice. It's a result of your purification of your mind. When your mind becomes purer and purer, you're naturally kind and compassionate.
Also, can I ask you, not many people can practice compassion, isn't it? If they don't have that pity heart, What do you think?
I think sometimes it's quite when you're kind, and especially it's a result of the purity. When your mind become purer and purer, you don't have to say, may I be kind, may I be compassionate. No, it's just natural. You don't have to wish for that. You don't have to wish for that. It's just like the Buddha said, practice the 32 factors of enlightenment. He said that it's just like the hand sitting on the eggs. If it's warm enough, it's long enough, then do the hand need to say, may my egg hatch? Don't. It will hatch by itself. The same thing. The practice is that you follow, you practice, you walk the path. And it will naturally, when the fruit is ripened, it's naturally. That actually when you have the purity, then actually you're naturally wise, you're naturally kind, you're naturally compassionate. You naturally have to, this is the result of the practice. So you don't have to wish, may I be kind, may I be compassionate. No, it's just naturally. As you walk the path, have your mind become purer and purer, and that is a natural path. Actually, it's a natural path. Yeah, it's a cause and effect. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions or comments? No more? Okay. No more questions or comments? Going, gone.